Here is the Bctv local and African news summary for Wednesday, September 17th. The Liberian National Police have arrested 6 people on the Fendel campus of the University of Liberia following a student-led protest. The Sept Magisterial Court in Riverside County, southeastern Liberia, has reversed its controversial ruling that jailed a journalist for 30 days on a charge of criminal coercion. More African countries are now accepting people deported from the United States under a policy called third-party deportation. The Grand Bassa County Administration says it has successfully concluded a sectoral convergence and integration forum with UNICEF on the agency's 5-year educational project. The initiative, which also supports Liberia's Back to the Classroom program, aims to enroll out-of-school children in Grand Bassa while addressing vital health needs such as immunization. The program will be implemented through an inclusive approach in partnership with the Ministries of Education, Health, Gender, and the LISGIS. In Monrovia, a massive explosion at the MIRA Oxygen and Gas Incorporated facility along the Japan Freeway on Monday, September 15th, left at least 7 people severely injured. Authorities say the blast was triggered by the ignition of one of the company's oxygen tankers, sending shockwaves across the capital Monrovia and raising fresh concerns about industrial safety. The Liberia Fire Service, the Liberia National Police, and other emergency units rushed to the scene to contain the blaze and further prevent any additional explosions. The Liberia National Police have arrested 6 people on the Fendel campus of the University of Liberia, including 5 students believed to be members of the Student Unification Party SUP and 1 keke rider following a peaceful protest on Monday. According to police, the arrest followed intelligence of a planned protest. However, eyewitnesses say the students were picked up without clear evidence of protesting. Those detained have been transferred to the Central Prison in Monrovia. The SUP student political party staged a protest on Monday and called for the resignation of the president of the institution, who they are accusing of corruption. They say they have the right to speak up for quality education. The trustees of the state-run university have suspended political activities on campus, an issue which has divided citizens who are supporting for and against the action. Student-led agitation have repeatedly disrupted smooth operations of the university. In more local news, the Press Union of Liberia says the Sept Magisterial Court in Riverside County, southeastern Liberia, has reversed its controversial ruling that jailed journalist Eric Doe for 30 days on a charge of criminal coercion. The Press Union had strongly condemned the sentence as a misapplication of the law and called for the journalist's immediate release. Following legal interventions and public pressure, the court ordered his release on September 12th after he spent 4 nights in prison. While acknowledging reporting errors in the August 11th story involving a police officer, the journalists' union maintained that charging the journalist with criminal coercion was unjustified. The Press Union has pledged to work with local authorities to strengthen relations between the media and the justice system in Riverside. In a separate development, the press body has set up a 3-person panel to investigate an alleged incident which occurred over the weekend between Liberia's information minister and the OKFM correspondent in Nimba County. You're listening to the Bctv News Summary. Africa News reports that Guinea will hold a constitutional referendum this Sunday that could reshape its political future. If approved, the new constitution would allow the military leader and interim president Mamadi Doumbouya to contest the next presidential election and establish a Senate alongside the National Assembly. At a rally in Conakry, supporters voiced strong backing for a yes vote, while opposition campaigns remain absent amidst a government clampdown on political parties and independent media. Guinea has been under military rule since 2021 ouster of President Alpha Conde, with ECOWAS urging a return to civilian leadership. And finally, Business Insider website reports that more African countries are now accepting people deported from the United States under a policy called third country deportation. The system sends deportees to nations that are not their own, raising legal and ethical concerns. Countries such as Rwanda, Ghana, Eswatini, and Uganda have signed on through bilateral agreements, though civil society groups and legal experts question the transparency and fairness of the process. Human rights organizations warn the policy could cause harm by sending people to unfamiliar countries, while some governments see it as a way to strengthen ties with Washington. And in the weather forecast for Ganta City, Nimba County for September 17th, scattered thunderstorms in the morning, then mainly cloudy during the afternoon with thunderstorms likely. The high will be near 85 degrees with a 90% chance of rain. The international daily exchange rate is 178 Liberian dollars to $1 United States dollars. To summarize, the Liberian National Police have arrested 6 people on the Fendel campus of the University of Liberia following a student-led protest. The Cestus Magisterial Court in Rivers County, southeastern Liberia, has reversed its controversial ruling that jailed journalist Eric Dewey for 30 days on the charge of criminal coercion. And more African countries are now accepting people deported from the United States under a policy called third country deportation. That's the Bctv News Summary, up to the minute.